everyone, welcome to the new video. So today I'm going to announce that we are going to start the Terraform tutorial series, and this is a 15 days plan. And I have been getting comments like to start the DevOps course, and uh, so this is the first topic that I have picked, and let's see that how it goes, and how well I'm able to deliver. So after that, accordingly, I'll pick up another tools and topics too, and slowly we'll try to bring more DevOps tutorial series. So first, let's start the Terraform tutorial, and today I'll present you the 15 days plan, that what I'm going to cover and what I'm thinking to cover in this 15 days plan. So let's discuss that. And from tomorrow, we are going to continue the series with day one, and we'll continue it until our Terraform for 15 days. So without further ado, let's see our topics, that each day what all topics we are going to cover. And so yeah, let's go. So this is a plan which I have put, and I'll also put all this thing in the description box so that anybody who wants to refer that what all topics we are going to cover, they can refer that description box, and they can take a snap or whatever is feasible for you. So day one will be introduction to Terraform, that what is why Terraform is considered as infrastructure as code, and what is infrastructure as code, why we use Terraform other as compared to other tools, why we prefer Terraform more, and how Terraform works, like what all is needed for Terraform script or code to work, and how to install Terraform on Windows, Mac, and Linux. And then we'll try to run our first Terraform command, like Terraform version, Terraform help. So goal is, with day one, the goal is understand what Terraform is and set up your environment so that we are ready for the other topics that we'll cover. So in day two, we are going to cover the Terraform basics, the configuration files. So first of all, like what is Terraform file structure, that .tf files, what is main.tf, what is variables.tf, what is outputs.tf, what are providers, what are resources, and then we'll try to write our first Terraform configuration, that is like creating an AWS EC2 instance, and then what is Terraform init, plan, apply, destroy. So the goal is that deploy a first infrastructure resource. Okay. Now, day three is variables and output. So this is one of the most important topic, that in this how to declare and use variables, variable types. It will I'll cover loops also, like if there is we have to handle multiple variables. So how to handle them in a loops, that will also cover, like string, list, map, default values, variable files, that how to store our variables in a file .tf was using output blocks. And the goal is to parameterize Terraform configuration for reusability. Day 4 is Terraform state deep dive. So this is also one of the most important topic, that what is Terraform.tf state, local versus remote state, what is state locking and consistency, why is it important, and how to inspect state, like Terraform show, Terraform state list. So goal is to understand and manage Terraform state safely. And this is the most important question also from this topic. The in question is definitely asked in the interview about Terraform state. Then in day 5, we are going to cover data sources and dependencies, like how to fetch existing VPC ID from AWS using data sources. Like already there are VPC ID which have been created manually, and you want to use them because to maintain the state so that nothing is disrupted. Whatever the resources have been created manually and whatever you are going to create through Terraform, so nothing should be disrupted now. Everything should be maintained. So how you are going to use a data source? Then implicit and explicit dependencies, like if we want that particular resource should be created after after another resource, then how to define the dependencies that we discuss depends on usage, and the goal is to learn to connect Terraform resource with external data. So actually how we'll be able to connect that, how our resources, how the code that we are going to write in Terraform, how it actually looks in the real world, that we are going to understand. Then in day 6, we are going to cover Terraform provisioners. So what is Terraform provisioners? What is local exec? What is remote exec? What is file provisioner? When to use provisioner and when not to? And the goal is to automate post-deployment tasks with Terraform. Day 7 will be Terraform modules, and it will be basics like what are modules and why we use them. Then we'll create our first custom module, then how to use public modules from Terraform registry. Goal is that how to modularize infrastructure for better reusability. That's why modules are used. Day 8 will be advanced Terraform modules. Now, this will be basic in day 7. Day 8 will be advanced, like input and output variables in modules, module versioning, nested modules. So, goal is to build scalable, reusable module for multi-environment setups. Day 9 will be Terraform workspaces. Like what are workspaces? Managing multiple environments like dev, test, prod. Then Terraform workspace, new select list like Terraform workspace command. Goal is to manage the environment specific state easily. Then again, day 10 will be remote state management. That how to, storing state in AWS S3 for the state, for the backup of our Terraform state file in Azure storage or GCS, state locking with DynamoDB, backend configuration like S3, configure remote backend for team collaboration. Okay, so basically how we'll there will be a backend configuration done so that there is consistency in state, there is state locking. When multiple people are working in same code, then there should not be you know um, what you say there should not be any discrepancy in that, so that we'll understand. Day 11 will be Terraform Cloud and Enterprise. So, like, we'll understand about the Terraform Cloud, workspaces in Terraform Cloud, running Terraform in the cloud. So, learn how to use Terraform Cloud for collaboration. Then day 12 will be Terraform with AWS, real project, like when we will try to deploy a complete AWS VPC, EC2 and security group setup using modules and variable. So that will give end-to-end AWS infrastructure with Terraform. Now, day 13 will be Terraform with Azure or GCP. So that in that we'll try to deploy basic resource group or VM, configure provider credentials securely. So use a Terraform with second cloud provider. Okay. Then day 14 will be Terraform and CI/CD pipeline. So integrate Terraform with GitHub Action or Jenkins. So automate, plan, and apply. Store backend state securely, and so goal is to infrastructure automation using DevOps tool. That in larger perspective, we are going to use Terraform in DevOps. So how we are going to integrate it? Day 15 is best practices and interview preparation, like file folder structure, best practice, security considerations, like how the secret should be stored, how the state should be managed, Terraform linting, validation, formatting, and common Terraform interview questions. That's the wrap up, and we'll prepare for real world usage and interview. So this is all we are going to cover in 15 days Terraform tutorial series. I hope we'll be able to go through this and um, come out after 15 days as a good Terraform code scripter, you can say. So yeah, let's go, and from tomorrow we'll start the series. That's all for today's video. I hope it's helpful. Please let me know your views, your concerns in the comment section. Till then, take care. Bye. Stay safe. Bye.